Hello there.
Well, hello, troopers, and welcome back to General Economics Bunker. Thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of The High Ground. Ooh, episode 97, man. We're getting close. We're getting
Getting close
close.
to that 100.
Dude, right? I mean, actually, so we got what, 3 more episodes? Could we time this correctly and make it a Valentine's, episode for 100? I don't know. That might be just too much loving on this channel. I don't know. Love overload. But yes, welcome. Thank you again so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday night. I hope that your week has been going great. I hope that you've been getting a lot of work done, a lot of family time, a lot of good food, drinking enough water. As one of our guests will remind you, you have to stay hydrated. That is the key right there. All right. And if not, hey, the weekend's just around the corner, right? Tomorrow's Thursday, which already smells like Friday. So it's coming up, just hang on tight. But yeah, so joining me here, of course, my good partner in crime, Mike from the Dad Vader. What is going on, man? Looking, might I add, very in canon, if I might, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
saw a certain screen accurate sweater that I just couldn't
yeah,
say no to when it hit sale. So got to rep it. Looks pretty good.
absolutely.
And it's perfect timing for us Texans because we are about to freeze our butts off.
Yeah, I was gonna say you bought it just in time because you got just about the 2 weeks of the year, where you can actually wear it down here in Texas. So hey, perfect timing for sure. So in case you guys don't know that, what we're referring to is a sweater that Mike is wearing is actually basically the same model that was worn by a Mon Calamari. What would you call him? Fisherman, I guess. Dock worker. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
He was wearing an apron, so it only showed like this much.
exactly. So I was like,
The
he
pattern's like
might have been
really
a
distinct. So yeah, people
right,
would
right.
easily
He might
tuck
have
it
been a
in.
cook for all we know, but
Yeah.
he was screen, background character in Mandalorian. Now remind me, was it season 2?
I believe it was season
I
2.
think it was season 2, right? Because that's the episode where Bo-Katan first comes out, right? In that watery world where they throw Grogu to the Kraken.
Mhm.
And that was a good episode. That was a
That
fun
was a
episode.
really good episode.
Yeah, I kind of feel like watching it now. So yeah, again, Mike representing the in canon sweater, very much like. All right, so we got quite a show. We got definitely quite a show today, and I think we might as well get started. All right. Also, just in case you didn't know, Skeleton Crew is over. It's done. That's it. Finished. At least for now. Now, I will point out this spoilers, not really. When you go into the Disney Plus app, it actually says season finale. All right.
Mm.
So I'm just saying there, little hint, who knows? Nothing official yet, but I'm just saying good indication, right? It does say season finale episode. So I'm just saying. So yeah, if you haven't, I would say you go watch that. I can't really say that there is a metric ton of spoilers, for the
Mm.
episode. But still, if you have been following up on the show, I would say you try to make it a point to watch it soon-ish. That dropped yesterday. Okay, so we got not one, not three, but two amazing guests for tonight. And man, these ladies have accomplished quite a bit, both in their own respective channels, respective sort of lanes of collecting, but also now they become sort of a powerhouse, if I may say so myself. It's they're getting to be like the sort of like the Wonder Twins if both of them were girls and didn't transform into like lame, buckets of water for some reason. I never quite understood that.
Mop
Um,
bucket.
it was yeah, I was like, why? And then somebody with a mop could have defeated him like easily. So I'm just saying, I never fully understood that, but it was fun. I
Not
did
the
enjoy it as kids.
fabuloso.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, and then that's it. He would, like drown out in all the bubbles. Um, but yeah, something about the writing on that show. Anyway, I digress. So what I was going to say is that we have amazing guests for tonight. We got two great friends of the channel, great members of our community who are here to tell us about a great event that they just went to and they basically dominated. So, without further ado, let's bring on here into the bunker. Triumphant return for both of them. We got Tiara from Crafting on Ilum. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Along with Nilda from Appetite from Collectibles. What is going on?
Hi.
Y'all doing?
That was quite an intro, Jose. Thank you for the
We're the
mock
what is it?
comparison.
We're the
Wonder
Wonder
Twins.
Twins.
Again, I would call it the improved version of the Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yes.
saying that whole
Aw.
like in the shape of
Quick
like a
edit.
frozen cube. I'm like, dude, like somebody with like a dry martini could, like wipe you out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Anyway, welcome again. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, look at that. Right on
Fancy.
brand. Yeah, I know. So classy.
Yes. Stay hydrated.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna clip that. That's gonna be my new catchphrase.
I want her to make that for me as a sticker so I can put that on
Dude,
like my
here-
bottle of water.
I will definitely buy that. Exactly. I'll put it on my water bottle, that I take to every con, and I will just remind every talent that I meet out there. It's like, hey, this is the key to survival.
Stay hydrated. You all
And,
suck.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, nothing else to remember you. So,
True.
but yeah. So again, thank you so much for joining us here, both of y'all. Thank you. I think separately you've been guests here in the bunker before. So awesome to have you back. As again the dynamic duo here. But before we jump into the meat and potatoes, we do have the bunker bunch blowing up the chat. So I appreciate each and every single one of you, as always, tuning in. And let me get it started here. We got, even before we started, we got the Galactic Cantina securing his spot as the first. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Mike and Nilda pulling double duty. Appreciate you. We got the Bro DeLorean. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for being here, man. We got Pablo Blackstar 9 saying hello there. What's going on, man? Ultra Carzilla in the house. Yerd says Tiara. We got Chris from the Man Collect saying good evening, Bunker Bunch. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining. Martha saying hi. That's my mom. Ultra Carzilla saying hi to Crafting on Them and Appetite for Collectibles. We got Tales of the Force saying hello there. What is going on? Thank you so much for joining. Let's see. We got Ultra Carter asking, anyone watch Monday Night Raw 2 days ago? Because I enjoyed it. And the one that surprised me is when
Pentas came
Pentagon
back.
Jr. Made his debut and won against Chad Gable. All right. Pentagon. Why does that name sound familiar? That's not like the old school Mexican wrestler, is it? Did he wear a mask?
It's a junior.
Yes.
So I'm assuming.
Oh, interesting. I'll Google him. So I think I remember that guy from my childhood. All right. So Ultra says the match that broke my heart is when Dakota Kai lost to Lyra, Valkyria. Sorry again, guys. I don't know wrestling. Apologies. For the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, that is a mouthful. And I wanted Dakota Kai to win, and it's very heartbreaking she didn't. Got Luis in the house saying hi, General Kenobi. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Papá te amo mucho. Kid, go to sleep. Stop using mom's YouTube. All right, you should be asleep already. Love you too. Ultra Carter. Yeah, Ultra Carter says I'm very satisfied that Damian Priest defeated Finn Balor. I'm sorry, in a street fight match, and I hope this actually puts an end to its 5-month feud. Aside that, I finally received my Studio Series Rhinox. Oh, nice. From Rogue Toys, Portland. And now I need the DNA Design DK to upgrade to improve Rhinox, Cheetor, and yours truly, Optimus Primal. It's kind of cool that they do those upgrade, kits. Yeah, they are, says Tales of the Force. Galactic Cantina saying it usually takes years between Star Wars announcing something and when they start filming. The kid's going to be middle-aged when Season 2 releases. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, they're
Trust
going to
me,
have
guys,
the peach fuzz.
yeah, I was
going.
gonna say they're gonna have the 5 o'clock shadow, starting. What's up, Bunker Bunch? Says our good friend Sexy Flexy Elijah in the house. We got Ultra saying how to flex. Flex saying what's up, General, and Pappy Vader, yes, sir. Ultra, what's up, brother? Says Flex. Hello, there's the Galactic Cantina. Tales of the Force saying my girl right there. My girl, sorry, plural, right there. He was a pure worker. Yeah, right. Okay, pure worker. That works. We got Jeff with his recently recovered account. So congrats
I
on that, Jeff.
know.
Star Wars Addict 77 saying hello there. Congrats on that, man. Seriously, that was, oh man, I would have gone nuts. Galactic Factotum in the house saying Tiara and Nilda. I know. I'm so excited. Tiara and the amazing Nilda, absolutely. Appetite for next to say, oh, thank you, Jeffs. Sexy Flexi says Mike and saying hi to Jeff. And Sexy Flexi saying Nilda and Tiara, congrats. Absolutely. And coming in, clutch. Obi picking up a relic saying hello there, everyone. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. All right. So, like I said, we got quite a bit to talk about. Starting right off the bat, if you notice, on the, or it should be on the top of the chat here, I pinned the live stream that these lovely ladies did over at Fan Expo New Orleans this past weekend. So in case you've been living under a rock and you don't hear about it, they were guests for the convention. They were given, a spot to basically run their own panel, which is awesome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was titled Women of the Galaxy. And they both did an amazing job, presenting, carrying, and taking some questions too, from the audience. So very, very professional, very, very legit. So congrats on that again. And we obviously want to, talk all about that. But in case you didn't catch the live stream, you can catch the replay. It's on both of their channels, Appetite for Collectibles, Crafting on Ilum. Last thing I'll say before I turn it over to them, their links are already in the description below for this live stream. So just go ahead, expand that little description and click on it. Like, subscribe, leave some comments, all of that good stuff. All right. Let them know that the good general sent you. All right.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's okay. Somebody
my
heard
Zen-
wrestling.
No, it's like my Zen music that plays after like a while if your TV hasn't been like turned
There
on
you
or
go.
anything.
That's awesome. Hey, we all need some relaxation. It's all right.
Mhm.
So, do you want to take us? I guess we'll go a little bit chronologically here, right? So, when did y'all get an invite? When did you hear that this was starting to take shape?
That's
I
all
guess, should I go-
Nilda.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all Nilda.
Hold
Go
on.
for it.
Since we're getting like chronologically accurate.
Just
Hold on.
mark
I'm
off
pulling up the
receipts.
email.
Nice.
All right. So on November 13th, somebody by the name of Libby Lynn had written me and she was like, "Hi Nilda, I hope you're having a good week." Oh wait, hold on. That's the old message. Hold on. Let me go to the main one.
There you go. So there were several.
Sorry. So this was actually October 22nd. I was
Nice.
at work and I got an email and I saw my phone go off and it said invitation to Fan Expo New Orleans. Like I saw the subject. And
That's something you want to see.
yeah, I was
Yep.
like, huh? So the email said, hello, my name is Libby and I'm the event content coordinator for Fan Expo New Orleans. I'm reaching out because we would love for you to come and host an episode of your podcast at the event of our creator stage. We just
Nice.
recently saw your YouTube channel come across our view and we were interested and we wanted to know if you wanted to be a part of the 2025 event being held on January 10th through the 12th at the Ernest Memorial Convention Center. This opportunity is free for you, and we would provide you with a badge and space to host your own show with a full AV.
Nice.
Please let me know if this is something that you're interested in doing. We can discuss further. Thank you for your time and consideration. I hope to hear from you soon.
Nice.
So I see that, and like I screenshot it, and I call Craig, and I was like, look at your phone. And he looks at it, and he goes, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, is this for real? And I was like, I don't know. I was like,
Right.
like I'm looking at the email and
Yeah.
it has like the Fan Expo logos.
Logo.
So I ended up writing her back and I was like, hi, Libby, is this for real or are you an AI?
I was gonna
I
say,
said,
yeah, you're a real person.
yeah. And I said, yes, I would love to. I said, holy crap, I'm honored. I said, what video came across your feed? And she goes, the one where you interviewed Roger Christensen.
Oh, nice.
She was like, it was really perfect and we love the dynamic. She's like, I think this would be a perfect match for you if you're interested. So like it took me a couple hours to like kind of register what the
Yeah.
hell was going on. And I think I messaged you,
Yeah.
Jose. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like in
Yeah,
shock. And like the F-bombs kept coming out of my mouth because I was in a state of shock.
They
And
did.
then
It was funny.
yeah, like after the fourth email of me and her going back and forth, I messaged Tiara and I sent her a screenshot of the email. And I was like, do you want to come with me? And she
Hell
was
yeah.
like, what? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, do you want to go with me to New Orleans? I said, I'm only going to do this panel if you come with me. I'm not going to do this by myself. And she like immediately, no hesitation, was like, yeah, we're
Nice.
going.
Hell yeah,
So
that's awesome.
I wrote the woman Libby back and I told her, I said, you know, I'm willing to do this panel for you guys, but I was like, under one circumstance, I was like, my sister bestie has to come with me and she's going to be part
Nice.
of the panel. And she said, no worries. What is her full name? And we'll put you guys on the list.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Easy peasy. Dude, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Yeah, I remember you were like, I don't know if this is real, but this is awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
it kind of looks legit. But I'll
I
be
even
honest
had
with you,
I even messaged Gabe because I know
Yeah.
Gabe talks to a lot of the people from like
Yeah.
MegaCon, and I screenshotted it. And like the first person, you know, like the second person after I messaged you guys, I was like, Gabe, I was like, dude, is this for real?
Yeah.
And I sent him the full email with
Right.
like I forwarded it to his email, and he was like, dude, this is legit. He's like, you need to write them back.
Nice. And it's funny because I was literally about to say, I think my knee-jerk reaction, I'm like, fake, deleted. You know?
Yeah. Dude, I almost deleted it. I was like, oh, this is fake.
Yeah.
Because I get stuff like that all the time where it's like
Sure, yeah.
association with like my YouTube channel. It'll be like, oh, we would love for you to review this. And then when I Google it, I'm like, it's fake.
It's
But
fake.
then when I
Mhm.
kept looking more at it, and I'm like, I don't think somebody would send the fake logos of
Right.
Fan Expo. And then I just found it weird that Fan Expo Portland started following me. So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
there's something weird going on here.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that was awesome. And smart too. I mean, you know, trying to confirm, right? Like with somebody else, like, hey, what do you think?
You're not
but-
trying to support some prince in Iraq that needs help from us. You're not trying
Yeah.
to
Or
do
like
those.
that lady who got catfished like a couple days ago by an AI Brad Pitt, and she donated like 850K.
Oh, yikes.
Why?
Yeah.
And like I
Ouchie.
said, like when I initially got that email from Fan Expo, like my boss, the doctor that I work for, was next to me, and he's like reading it with me, and he was like, he just looks at me and he goes, I thought you just, you know, like collected toys for fun. He's like, I didn't know I was with the little celebrity, and I started
There you
laughing.
go.
And he's like, what the hell am I paying you for? He's like, go do that.
That's awesome.
And
But
like
there you
nobody
go.
really in my company knew, like I kind of like, this sounds really crappy, but I kind of like blocked some of the people at my job from seeing my social media accounts because I don't want them to make
Nice.
fun of me. But like
Yeah.
my boss follows me because he's a large DVD and laser collector.
No way.
So like,
Nice.
yeah, he has like, my boss has his own movie theater in his home. And like, we always nerd out when it comes to like laser disc and like VHSs. So, you know, like he even looked at it and he was like, I'm giving you the time off. He's like, you're going.
Nice. That's perfect. Even better. But yeah, I mean, what an awesome, you know, way to just because they came to you, you know, that's what I was telling you. Remember back then, I was like, dude,
Yeah.
that's freaking nuts, you know. That you know, they went out of their way to contact you and basically just offer you, you know, the stuff from the beginning, right? Normally it's a little bit of back and forth right before you're like, hey, you know, can I get some space, or you know, can I get a time slot, or like all that kind of stuff. But they just
And they
flat
even,
out.
yeah. And like I told Tiara, they had even offered me like to have my own booth. But
Yeah.
the thing is, we saw what the other podcasters look like with their own booths.
Sure.
And like the only bad thing that I would say is that where they were located, they
Mhm.
were right across from the main stage,
Hmm.
and it was very loud.
That's
So
hard.
like even
Yeah.
if we hosted our panel like super live from there, you would have never been able
Not-
to hear anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the other thing that sometimes, you know, people don't think about is if you have a dedicated, booth, for the most part, you're kind of tied to the booth, right? You kind of have to, at least be there. I would say at the very minimum, like half the time, which obviously eats up, your time to be either checking out the con, trying to talk to, actors or artists or whatever who you're trying to meet out there. And sometimes, it's a little bit exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. I've done it, a couple of times when you're just there, you're just manning the booth, and you talk to people and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. But at the same time, like, man, I wonder what they're selling in there, or man, like, I wonder if this dude's already here. I kind of want to go get a picture, that kind of stuff.
Or
Yeah.
you
And
see a
so it's
line
like,
and you're like, oh, there's only like 5 people. Like, if I go
exactly,
now,
yeah,
and they're
Yeah.
like, somebody comes to your booth and you're just
yeah,
like,
And
go
plus,
away.
like
But they're, like,
Jose
friendly,
knows me.
right,
Like I'm a social, and he knows Tiara too. Like we're social butterflies.
yeah.
So it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
when I go to cons, I like to interact with like the arts and crafts people.
Very
Like the
much so.
collectible booths. I will talk to like comic distributors for like over 45 minutes and nerd the hell out. So it's
Yeah.
like I couldn't imagine being like trapped in a table.
Yeah, yeah, very true. And like I said, it's kind of hard when we're also trying to grab some content, just trying to film, or like I said, trying to nab an interview and stuff like that. Like that takes work. Like you got to be moving around, you got to be talking to people, you gotta. It's like, hey, I just saw that guy. He's not busy right now. Let me go, try to get 5 minutes with him, like all that stuff. And again, it's just kind of tough because you're leaving your booth alone, right? And then somebody might show up and be like, all right, well, and then just move on, right? So it's trying to find that balance. So it is kind of hard. But let me jump back here into the chat because you guys got on fire tonight. Let's do this. All right. So we got Galactic Antina saying, I'm so excited for Daredevil Born Again in March. Don't hate me. I actually haven't seen the trailer. I saw
Same.
images and I saw like 5-second clips and I meant to watch it and then I didn't. I
I've
know.
never seen Daredevil. I've only seen
Dude.
Punisher.
Dude, I posted
Punisher's pretty good,
the what is it? Even Mike will agree with me. Like he knows this morning. I literally was messaging
I
Mike
know.
about it. I set up an alarm where
I saw that. Yeah.
I literally was supposed to do an injection on a patient, and I literally told the patient, I was like, I'll be right back. And I walked away. And
I
I
need
went
2
into
minutes and 37 seconds. I'll be right back.
I went into my office and like put all 3 monitors on
Hell
and
yeah.
watched it. And you just hear me going like screeching, messaged
sure.
Mike, messaged like 2 other friends of mine, and then was like, okay, gotta go back to work.
Yeah, I'm sure that instilled confidence, to the patient. It's like, all right, this is it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
She left to go see the Punisher.
Exactly, right. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for it. I mean, just the fact that they're bringing everybody back, that's already a win in my book.
Yeah.
Because those dudes, killed it. And by dudes I mean the cast, right? The cast of the
Yeah.
Netflix Daredevil. I don't know what to call it anymore. Franchise, mini verse. I mean, they're
Yeah.
they cross stream into other shows too. But very excited that John Berthel is back. That's that just had to happen. That Punisher show was one that I was not expecting to enjoy nearly as much as I did, to be honest with y'all. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Punisher as a character, but to me, he's always been kind of like they used him in Daredevil the first time around, right? Like, kind of like the antagonist, kind of like the, I got to bring you back to reality type of guy. But I never saw him as full on, main character, just deep diving like behind, what makes him tick. And that show, nailed that like bad.
Mhm.
So I was like, dude, we gotta have him back. And of course, half of the equation is John Berthel, just because the dude is great, right? Like just as an actor in that character. So I am very, very excited. I was already excited. I don't have to watch the trailer. I will watch it after this, I promise. Because I already saw a couple of images, like I said, of course, people posting on it online. And I'm like, oh, that would have been cool to see, for the first time in the trailer. But let's see, we got Jake Reams, like, sup guys, just finished Skeleton Crew tonight. We'll probably be close to 30 by the time season 2 is out. Yeah, dude, seriously. We're gonna have that Stranger Things, effect when by the time the second season rolls around, they basically they went from little bicycles to full on speeders because they can't even fit in the bicycles anymore. OBP saying hi to Nilda and Tiara. Mike saying hi to OBP, saying yo, Dad Vader says OBP. We got Sean Solo in the house. What's going on, Sean? Appreciate you joining, man. How's it going? Saying what's up, guys and gals? Congrats on your panel. Absolutely. Sean says Jeff. Jeff says Sean. Fight the Fear podcast saying, yo, what's going on? Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you. Hey, Sean says OBP. Obi, what up? Says Sean. We got Brett from Collecting with Cool. What's going on, brother? Saying, yo. Hey, Brett says OBP. Ultracar saying hi to Collecting with Cool. We got Chris from the Nerd Squadron saying, what's up, friends? What's going on, Chris? Thank you so much for joining, brother. Appreciate you. Also, go check out, Chris just dropped a video about the T6 shuttle on his channel. Beautifully shot. Like I said, this man is needs to be making like movies straight up. What's up, Chris? Says Mike. Ultracar saying hi to the Nerd Squadron as well. Brad saying Bunker Bunch hungry for the bunker brunch. I know, man. I know. It's just the timing. The timing is just. I'm having a hard time finding a morning where I can, kind of say like, all right, this should work. Mornings are usually chaotic, and I'm always running late. I mean, that's just facts. Hitman says Flex. Nerd Squadron says Sexy Flexy. Jake Bream says the trailer looks insane. I need March to be here already. Hashtag Team Castle. There you go. We got Rushmore Show in the house saying, Ayo, Kenobi fam, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you joining, guys. Thank you so much. Galactic Cantina. Trailer looks like another season of Netflix Daredevil, which is smart, to be honest. At this point, Marvel TV shows need like a solid win, and I think, they got a good formula and good ingredients on their hands with this one. So I'm hoping at least that it does really, really good because I definitely want to see more of him. Jake says Nilda. Chris saying, "Oh, thank you." My man Flex says Brett. Jeff saying hi to Brett. LGP Vintage Toy saying greetings, masters. What's going on, LGP? Thank you so much for joining, man. Appreciate you. Jeff says Brett. All right, so Tiara, the Nilda calls you up and you're like, bet, I'm down. Let's do this, right?
Mhm.
And then you're like, okay, what are we doing? No, I'm just kidding. But how was it? How was your experience? Sort of the hype, leading up to it, right? Had you done a panel like this, before at a con?
This is my first time. I'm like, whatever Nilda's like, hey, you want to do this with me? I'm gonna be like, yeah, like I'm going. I'll be right
Nice.
there. So leading up to it, I like to craft. I like to put things together. So I was like really
Yes, you do.
excited to make our PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So I was like posting about it and sending it to Nilda. And I'm like, look at this, look at what I did. So, yeah, the PowerPoint was my baby.
It was
I
on
was very
point.
excited to
Yeah, I was
present
gonna
it.
say, and it killed out there. From what I
Oh,
saw,
thank
did
you.
really, really
Yeah.
good. So yeah, that's awesome, man. Again, never underestimate the power, pun intended, of a well put PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Dude, she sent
Yeah.
it to me and I was just like, holy crap. I'm good with computers, but like this put me to shame.
Yeah, though there's some of that. Obviously, she's great at making things in general. Very crafty, as again, pun intended. And so, yeah, I mean, it just makes perfect sense. Also, guys, if you don't know or if you haven't checked out Crafting on Ilum, first of all, over on Instagram, but also now on YouTube, make sure to check it out. Dude, you had me cracking up with your blog for the cosplay. It was hilarious, dude. And then so I was watching on the phone and the kid was sitting beside me and he was watching TV, and then he looks down just at the spot when you're talking about your cow socks. And so my kid used to be into cows like bad, dude, for like 6 years. And he's like, "Oh, what is that?" He's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "I really don't know anymore, kid. Like, I really don't know." I'm kind of just along for the ride at this point.
Just down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, But dude, it was great. I freaking loved it so much. Um, the the part that really hit me home was when you were like, you know what, I need to eat this cereal because it's gonna get all soggy, and like just paused everything. And you're that one got me honestly. I was like, that's real right there. That's real
So just
emotion.
so just
Cried.
exactly how you're describing this stuff, that's how our whole entire weekend was in our hotel room. It
I was
was
gonna
just
say,
constant. It was just constant, like us laughing our asses off because we were both doing the dumbest, funniest stuff.
dude, that's awesome. Um, which is, it's perfect, right? You get to hang out with a good friend, with somebody that you share, the hobby with. Um, and you get to do awesome stuff like this. You get to go up there. um so how was the crowd? I saw you guys, of course, on the live. But I was curious to, I heard some of the questions, of course, from the crowd, but like, how were they? Like, were they were they trying to make, like, funny sounds to throw you off and things like that? But were they pretty, like, tuned in?
To me, I felt like they were tuned in, and like this one specific girl was, I guess, like the way she explained it was that, she was never really into Star Wars, but for some reason, just like us talking to her and like, I guess the PowerPoint and like how detailed we were, she asked a lot of questions. And like,
Nice.
even at the
Yeah.
end, like she said to me and Tiara, she was like, I was never really into this stuff. She was like, but
Okay.
now I'm kind of like wanting to get to it. And she just,
Yeah.
like I said, she asked a lot of questions. Like she was wanting to like dive deep into the lore, if that
Nice.
Yeah.
makes
That's
any
awesome.
sense. Yeah.
And some guy was just like passing by our panel room like towards the end of it, and he heard us talking about Star Wars, and so he popped in and he sat
Nice.
down to listen to the rest of it. And then after he was like, we were talking to him and like exchanging socials and being like, this is what we were talking about. He's like, yeah, I was just like curious because I heard Star Wars and I like Star Wars, so I popped
Yeah.
in to hear what you guys were talking about. But I mean, yeah, that one lady, she had great questions.
Nice.
It didn't necessarily pertain to our panel, but like nonetheless, we enjoy Star
Still.
Wars, so it was really fun to engage with them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, right? That's how you got a good panel and a good audience. When you're just engaging, like you said, she might not have been into Star Wars, or she might not have known much about it, but
Mhm.
the themes resonated with her, it seems. And so that's really what you want, right? You want the audience to resonate with what you're saying, even if it's not the specifics of, hey, Ahsoka is great because of this, and stuff like that. But the overall theme, like, it seemed like you'll conveyed that, pretty well. That's awesome, man. Um so you didn't just do the panel, which is awesome in on itself, obviously, but how was the show? What did you all enjoy the most about the show, besides the randomness between y'all?
To me, I think, and like, it's not gonna make me cry again, but to me, it was the moment that like me and Tiara shared. We were in line. We were first in line actually for, what was it? It was for Anthony Daniels.
Mhm.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
then we were just talking about what is it called? We were talking about the interaction that we had with Ashley on Friday.
Mhm. Mhm.
And like, I don't know what the hell happened to the both of us, but we both literally just started crying.
Oh, no way.
And like, you could tell the guy behind us was like, "Oh my god, these two girls are crying right now." And I wanted to be like, "Dude, I'm not crying for C3PO. I'm crying because like we're having a very nerdy, girly experience." It's like, when guys go to cons together, you guys like fist pump and like give each other dabs, and like that's your interaction. Us, like, we shared a lot of like, personal stories, and like got to really know, each other, and like, I think it just made us cry.
I hear you. Yeah.
Me and Jose actually cried on our trip to Rebel ScumCon because
Yeah.
we had to change a tire and it was
But
super hot outside.
yeah, I
So
was
that's
gonna
why we were
say,
crying.
we were crying because we were about to pass out of dehydration, literally,
Stay
like, on the side
hydrated.
of the road.
That's what
Yeah.
you gotta
We're
say.
not
And then,
hydrated.
if only I would have known, Tiara personally back then, and she could have
Yeah,
reminded us, right? The
yeah.
very important lesson that is to stay
Pearls of
hydrated.
wisdom.
Stay
Stay hydrated.
hydrated.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
Words to
Yep.
live by. Okay, Mark.
Yep.
So, So yeah, I saw actually I can show it. I saw that clip on Tiara's Instagram that I think was filmed by Nilda, if I understood correctly.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I was her
this,
paparazzi the whole entire
of
weekend.
course,
She
yeah.
was. I was spoiled. Spoiled with all the footage.
Yeah, there you go. It must be nice to have your own camera crew, following you around. But
Vice
so
versa too. We got each other.
th-
Yeah.
yeah, so I wanted to talk about this one because I thought this one was
Ah,
insane too. So first
yeah.
of all, Manny Jacinto, which is awesome, right? And
Gorgeous.
He's
yeah,
gorgeous. He's a
Gorgeous.
majestic
I
man with majestic hair. I flat out was telling
Yes.
Tiara I'm not into Asian men, but like I told Craig straight up, I was like, you got
His
some
hair was
competition.
on
I was like,
point.
I will leave
I
you for an
loved his
Asian
coat
man.
too.
Yes. He
yeah,
was just the hair was just flowy and the way he was
Yeah.
dressed, like he just walked in there
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was a bad guy in a Star Wars show, but I'm good looking.
Yeah.
And what?
It just looked yeah. He just looked like all put together. Real
yeah. That's what I
refined.
was gonna
So
say.
would you take that look, or would you take the coming out of the water wet look?
Coming out of the
That
water
look.
wet look.
No, he looked
I'll
cozy.
take that. Yeah.
And I was cold.
Yeah, but so I thought this was very, very cool that the stranger, actually got to check out Tiara's, page and store, right? Like the stuff that you design. So I thought that was very, very cool of him. But also, let me see. Here we go. This one, right? So Tiara talking to Ashley Eckstein, dressed as Ahsoka, mind you, which is awesome already.
Mhm.
And then from what Nilda was telling me, there was a little bit, more behind the scenes after this, because I think, so Nilda was in her role of, I'm just here to document this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, like
I
I'm,
told Tiara when we were in line, I was like, because Tiara's like, I'm gonna tell Ashley you're here, and I'm like, no, don't tell her I'm here. I was like, I've already met her numerous of times. I don't like want to come off as being like a stalker. I was like, but just don't tell her I'm here. But I like was hiding in a way where like I kept turning my face, and then Ashley just turns around and looks, and she was like, Nilda? She's like, what are you doing here? And then she starts talking to Tiara.
I would have been like, oh, Tiara hired me to record her. She said I'm not supposed to talk. But dude, that's awesome. And so it seems like, again, y'all had great interactions, at the show. Um, and so how was meeting Ashley, Tiara? I mean, obviously awesome, but
Yeah. I mean, like the video says, I mean, I grew up watching Clone Wars, literally
right.
eating kids' cuisine, after school, on the couch that no one could sit on, so there's like plastic covers, like it's all very vivid
Oh,
in
of
my head.
course.
So being able to meet her, because like I'm very hesitant to meet celebrities because I feel
Sure.
like it's all kind of fake. Um, and I've heard, so many great stories. Nilda's met her several times. So I've heard a lot of great stories about meeting her. And I wasn't planning on meeting her. We were
Oh,
standing
really?
in line for Anthony. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on meeting any celebrities, but we were standing in line for Anthony Daniels and her line was like super short. I don't know like what it was, but I was like, I should probably go. I was like, Nilda, like, what do you think? And so I ended up going because I was like, her lines are always long, and I know
Yeah.
she takes time with the people that she meets, but like this seems like ample or like a great opportunity to do so. And I was in an Ahsoka bound, so
Yeah, I was just
I
gonna say that
went.
was just perfect.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and she's so nice. She just gives you all the time in the world. Like there's no one else around you. Like and she's just very personable. Like you're like, I don't know, an old friend or whatever. But yeah, she was and like the other thing too is that she like takes value in like what you're presenting. So like I gave her a low battery keychain from my shop
Yeah.
And I also gave her a bracelet that said Ahsoka, and she put it on immediately, and she was, like, asking me about my bound, and, like,
Nice.
she's like, "I've never met you before, right?" And she's like, "I know I've met Nilda, but I've never met you before." And so I feel like that goes to show, like, she remembers who she meets, and because she takes that time to
Yeah.
become personable with them. So she was great, she was great. I loved it, and again, thank you for taking that footage that we cried to later in line literally the next day.
We're legitimately like she's editing the video that she's making. And then like I said, we were literally in line just crying together. And then she was like, "Don't make me cry." I was like, "I'm already crying." I was like,
It's too late.
"Stop."
Yeah.
We
I'm even
started
crying
bawling.
now.
Oh,
Yeah, when you pulled that up, same, but yeah.
yeah. That's awesome, man. I mean, what a great experience. I mean, just overall, it seems that Fan Expo New Orleans definitely went down, uh, as a great experience, in the book. So I'm glad that y'all got to experience that. I'm glad y'all got to hang out, also, and kind of just share this. So I wanted to let me see. I wanna show this. So this was Tiara's also other cosplay,
That was the
which
result of that
again,
vlog.
yeah, I was gonna say, which guys, the blog video
Oh,
of
dude,
her
that video had
making
me
this,
dying.
oh my lord, it is pure gold. All right. So go
That's
watch
just
it.
me on a daily basis.
No, I can guys, I can attest to this. I was with Tiara from Thursday to Sunday.
There you
Literally, this is how she is. Like when I tell you, like if we could have had a camera in the room, the amount of funny, like Jose, we FaceTimed you after your show,
go. Yeah, you
and we
did.
were on with you for like over 40 minutes. You saw
Yeah,
how we were.
I know. Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm on
which
the
I'll be
bed,
honest with
like
you,
half asleep, FaceTiming Jose.
which is funny because so literally as we wrapped up here, right, like in the bunker, I get a call from Nilda, and I'm like, I wonder what's up. And so I answer, and it's just Nilda just like chilling, like, like in bed. And she's like, "Hey," I'm like, did you meant to call me? Like, I think that was literally like the first thing that I asked. I was like, did you butt down me? Like, what happened? Like, and she's like, "No, we're just hanging out."
No, because we were watching your whole entire show, and then we were just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we
Thank
love
you. Thank you.
Jose," and then we
I
were
Yeah.
appreciate
like,
y'all.
I looked at Tiara, and I was like, "I'm gonna FaceTime him." I
Yeah.
was like, before I go to sleep, I was like,
Yeah.
"Let's FaceTime him." She's like, "FaceTime him."
Which was funny because, mind you, you had to wake up like a freaking 4 in the morning or something like that to
Oh,
catch a
dude,
plane.
I got like 4 hours of sleep that night.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like,
Yeah.
dude, go to sleep. What are you doing? Like, um, but yeah, it was super fun, and I mean, y'all were just busting with energy, so I could tell that y'all had a great time.
High
Um,
energy. That's a
oh,
definite sign of a good time.
It was
absolutely.
super fun. Yeah.
So I wanna let me find it here
I'm
because
kind of
again,
jealous. You got an awesome con, awesome food, and an awesome town. So
Oh, I've
Yeah,
got a
but
well,
vlog coming out, and it's gonna have all the food that we ate. We ate some
yeah.
let's
good
go.
food.
We also
Yeah.
didn't like really tell everybody like what the weird shit that went down when we were in New
Yeah.
Orleans. Like
that's the
Yeah.
best part.
we
That's the
had
It
best
is.
some
part of going to
It
New
is
we
New
Orleans.
had some
Orleans.
weird stuff the first night that we got there. We had
Yeah.
I had something weird happen to me while we were in the con. That Tiara was just staring at me the whole entire time, like, what the hell's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah. Yep.
It's
Okay,
just a lot
so
of
I'm
weird
dropping
stuff.
here in the chat the direct link to Tiara's blog video. Again, do yourself a favor, go watch the whole thing. Did it show up? What do I feel
It
like?
did.
Okay,
I saw it. Yeah.
yeah. So make sure you check it out, guys. It is again, it's pure gold. All right. So more of those, I hope, in the
Yeah.
future, in the near future. Um, why not, dude? I mean, you're already putting in the time, you're putting in the work, for doing the
Might as well
cosplay.
record
So
it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It was awesome, man. Like I said, I enjoyed it.
Dude, and the funny thing is, like, how she showed in that video of like her building her cosplay, she puts it on while we're getting dressed in the room, and she literally goes, "It's the first time I'm wearing these pants." She's like, "Shoo," and puts it on, and she goes, "Does this look right?" And I was like, "Yeah, they look like they perfectly fit." And she was like, "Oh, I felt like they were gonna be right." But it was just like the whole entire time, like it was showing me. I was watching like a mini like runway show.
That's awesome.
I was doing my hair because she has like all the braids, the two
Yeah.
braids here and in the back. That was a hassle. I had to have Nilda like spray my whole head with hairspray so everything would stay in place.
Our bathroom, literally, like Jose, you saw what our room looked like at ICC.
Yeah.
Like when we went to go get drinks, it was like you could tell that there was girls cosplayers here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So that's
I
what
didn't
our
realize.
room.
I didn't
Yeah,
realize that they made so many different types of makeup. You know,
Yeah.
it was astounding. All right.
So that's what our room looked like. Our room looked worse
Yeah, it was
at
pretty
New
bad.
Orleans. There was like
Yep.
cosplays thrown everywhere.
I had
And then-
makeup on the ground in front of
Yeah.
the mirror, like towels and like makeup.
Our
Here to
bathroom.
expand.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
kept telling what is it called? The women from the hotel. We were like, no, we don't need room service. And then when we came back Saturday, we saw that there was like a stack of towels on top of our ironing board. And I was like, I think room service was like, these bitches need towels. They've just been hiding in this room for days.
Yeah.
I think they need towels.
She's like, you know what? We're not even gonna ask them. Let's just drop.
We're not even
them
gonna
some
ask them. We're just gonna
Yeah.
drop off towels. And I kept
That's
telling him, I was
awesome.
like, you don't need to come into this room. We're good.
Nothing weird going on in here. Move
No.
along.
You just saw like literally
Plug.
computers. There was like a shit ton of cords all over the thing from so many chargers for like our phones, our computer, our digital
mics,
cameras, our mics,
The
everything.
Osmo, yeah.
Yeah, we had
laptop,
we had like plugs everywhere. Our
Nice.
our hair straightener, there was like, ask her. I went on a rant and like went to CVS and bought like a whole bunch of like hairsprays and mousse.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a good cosplay. You know, you gotta bust out the Aquanet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
but-
in the bathroom and she was like, "Can you correct my hair?" And I was like, "I got you." And I'm like, fixing it from the back.
Nice.
The room
That's
is now
awesome.
a fire hazard.
Yeah, exactly
yeah.
right. Yeah, don't nobody breathe too hard in here either. That's awesome, dude. But hey, you came out great. You know, you look great. In the Leia cosplay. Again, kudos to you. I know because I watched your blog. I saw how much work you put into it. The risk that you ran of getting to dine on soggy cereal should not be like understated, because that's tough. That is hard work right there.
Multitasking. We were dyeing pants with one hand and eating cereal with
Literally,
the other.
yeah, which is hilarious.
Mhm.
Like I said, that's one of my favorite things in that. But like I said, it was just perfect when I think you were going down to like the laundry room or something like that.
Mhm.
But the point is that the camera was pointed down there, like, oh, look at my socks, they're cow, and they're what is it, like a
Scuba
scuba
diving.
diver cow?
They're
Yeah,
scuba diving cows.
yeah. And like I said, my kid was like, whoa, like what? Like
Those
those
are so
exist?
cool.
Like, yeah, yeah. But let me jump right back into the chat. I know I'm not ignoring you guys. We're just having too much fun out here. We got our brother Daniel from the Legacy of Nerd coming into the chat saying, yo, what's up, brother? Thanks so much for joining, man. Ultracard saying hi to Daniel. We got Niño Grogu saying, no las conocía. Saludos desde Chile. Saludos, hermano. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola,
We got
Chile.
OBP saying, hey, Legacy Nerd Squadron LGP. Hey there, Bunker Bunch, says Daniel. Tales of the Force says, I cry when I met her too. You aren't alone. There you go. That's awesome, man. So she's actually, she was just announced like a week back for NostalgiaCon in Houston. So I'm really, really hoping I can put together a little panel with her and James Arnold Taylor, who was also announced for the show.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna happen. So
I have to take the time off, but I'm coming.
there you go. Well, I mean, hey, maybe we can hang out with Ashley. We'll hit up downtown Houston.
She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, now you're following me in Houston."
Yeah, I was gonna
Be
say,
like,
right? No, I'm not.
Be like, "You're
I will
following
say
me."
this: it was funny. So like Tiara tells her like, "Oh, say hi to your leg," because
Perfect.
her signature is tattooed on my leg.
Right.
And I was like,
right,
"Yeah,
right.
Ashley, remember the agreement that we made? When I die, Craig has to cut off that piece of skin and send it to you." And she started laughing.
He's gonna saran wrap it, ship it out.
Put it in a
That's awesome.
cooler with ice.
I know, right? Exactly. That's awesome. Galactic Antina says, I can imagine how exciting it would be hosting a podcast panel on a con. It's pretty cool, man.
It's a
It's pretty
high.
cool. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a high when um I mean I'm sure you all enjoyed it too, but like we talked about earlier, when you get that engagement, right? When you're like, hey, these dudes were actually listening,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. When you get questions, like y'all did too. So how was it, by the way? I mean, I know y'all had a section at the end of the panel, right, where you just kind of open it up to questions. Were y'all nervous, like, oh, please don't say something weird?
No.
Like,
No, I mean, the people that were there, they were really nice from the beginning because we were having a bit of like tech issues, and
okay,
so they had came into the room before. So they were like patient with us. We were super grateful for that, and like throughout the PowerPoint, like just like their posture, their demeanor, I didn't get like any type of vibes that they were gonna ask any weird questions.
that's good.
And then the questions that they did ask, they were really good. They're really
Yeah,
like genuine and really good questions.
I
exactly.
Yeah, like I felt like they were really engaged because like, like when somebody, I feel like body movements speaks a lot,
Yeah, yeah,
and
body
like they
language.
were leaned up like this.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
what you want to see.
yeah, they were. They were.
And that was like something that, like when that happened, I kind of like, if you watch the video, I kind of like turn around and look at Tiara and I have this like little smile on my face because I was just like, oh shit, this is cool. This is like
Yeah,
really
Yeah,
cool.
that's
yeah.
awesome. I'm glad. And yeah, I mean the questions were great. It seemed a very good interaction with the people attending. So that's what you want to see. Tales of the Force says I would have fallen over and died.
Just about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, she's talking about Manny.
yeah.
Manny. Uh-huh. Yep.
Galactic Factotum says we all soon for Manny,
Yep.
dude. Hey, I'm just saying,
Dude, I'm telling you, he was so freaking nice. Like
Yep.
even from the plaque, when I gave him the plaque to sign, he
Yeah.
Oh
was
yeah,
like, "Oh, did you
Mhm.
make this?" I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
my friend Ariel Martinez has a
Yeah.
company." I was like, "I know a lot of Star Wars celebs buy stuff from him,
yeah,
and
Mhm.
they order in bulk." I was like, "If you ever need a contact, let me know. I can give it to you." And like when I tell you, he was just even like I stopped speaking to him and I let him talk to Tiara, and just like how invested he was at
Yes.
looking at her shop from like an
that's
outsider's
Mhm.
awesome.
perspective.
Mhm.
It was so cool. And I was literally on my phone and I was just like, I have to get this on recording for Tiara. I was
Yeah,
like, because this is the coolest thing in the world. I was like, not only are you looking at her shop, but like you're clicking on the one item that is about you,
yeah,
and
Mhm.
then you're zooming into it. And like the first thing that came out of his mouth was like, "Did you draw this?" And she's
nice.
like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Holy crap." He's like, "This is so cool." And she even told him, she was like, "I wish, I would have brought you, I would have brought you a shirt."
Sure.
Yeah.
He
Because
don't
they
Yeah,
need
he
no
was,
announced
like,
shirt.
him
zooming
late.
into the details. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, they
awesome.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of shirts, I did go into the Fan Expo New Orleans page to check if he was offering like shirtless pictures, but no. So that's why I didn't go. Anyway, Skinny Fat in the house saying good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Hey, Skinny Fat says OBP. OBP says Nilda, did you do a ghost tour or anything spooky? I thought I saw
No,
Tiara
because
isn't into
Tiara
that stuff.
was, yeah, Tiara's into not into that stuff, but she was a team player.
Nice.
She took me, when we left the con, she let me take a quick little drive to the oh my god, it's the mansion for American Horror Story for
Oh,
one of my
nice.
favorite seasons, Coven.
Coven.
Yes.
And when we got there, you can ask her, like, this house was like, this mansion was like in the middle of like some weird ass residential area in New Orleans.
Wow.
Yeah. And the house was very beautiful, but then there was a sign at the door that said that, you can't enter the home because somebody lives there.
Dang. Imagine.
Yeah. So I was like filming, and then I was like, oh my God, like I'm here amongst my witch ancestors. I was like, I love it.
Did
That's
you ever
awesome.
hear the story of Nicolas Cage's purchase in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he bought like the haunted house of New Orleans, and people were like doing like ghost tours, like standing outside the property.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why are people here?" And they're like, "It's the house." And he's like,
Yeah.
It's
"What
a
about the
house.
house?" He's like, "It's the most haunted house." And he's like, "Oh crap!" So he just like booked it and then just let that thing foreclose. So
See, I'm the type of
Yeah.
person that I would do that. Like, I would buy a haunted house. Like I've told Craig numerous of times because he's from New York. I would love to spend a night at the Amityville house. I
Oh,
would be
yeah.
that person. I would surround that whole entire place with a whole bunch of cameras and just sleep there for one night. And I'm to a point that I'm even like, hey, let's have some fun. I would even bring a Ouija board with me
Oh,
and
snap.
see what the hell's
That's
gonna happen.
Now
uh,
T is in. Now she is straight up in.
No.
yeah. That's what
We
we're gonna say.
passed, you can ask her, we passed so many voodoo stores
Oh,
while we
bet.
were in French Quarter. And we kept saying, like, oh yeah, we're gonna walk in there. But every time we kept walking by, they were closed. And like one voodoo store we walked by had like a whole bunch of voodoo heads on the
Oh,
window.
snap.
And at first I looked at it and I was like, do I really want to invoke this in me right now? I was like, I gotta go back home.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not risk it just quite yet. That's hilarious. Tales of the Force saying all of Tiara's cosplays and Nilda's are the best. Absolutely, absolutely. We got Pow the Bounty Collector saying you're good evening, everyone. What's going on, brother? Thanks so much for joining, man. Galactic Antina saying hi to Pap the Bounty Collector. Technically saying you're too.
I'm to a point now
OVP
that I
saying
want
hi
that
to
as a
Pop.
t-shirt.
You're right? Yeah.
I just wanted to say "you're"
Yes.
in like Star Wars lettering and in that yellow.
Yeah.
So Tiara,
Oh, yeah.
you need to make this happen because I want to wear this for Rebel Scum and
Coming
ICC. I want some "your" shirts, and then I want that one shirt that you and I discussed about that we were gonna make about a certain person.
There you go. Yeah, that too.
Mhm.
Jeff saying men will use the same towel for like all weekend.
Yes, you will.
Very true. Very, very true. Facts.
Gross.
LOL says Galactic Cantina. Although I do need a plug for my straightener. Exactly. There you go. So
No, Jeff needs a plug for his really luxurious beard that he
dude,
has.
right? That thing is like,
Well,
designed.
he has that, like Jeff has that face like, yeah, I'm from Maine. I root
Yeah.
for the Celtics.
I
I'm a
know.
Bruins fan. I'm a Patriots fan. I drink beer. I collect toys, and I'm gonna have
Yep.
a manly beard.
I know. I kept trying to touch it when we met, but he wouldn't let it.
I know if Jeff got rid of that
he's-
beard, I would tell him like, dude, we can't be friends anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta
Like,
keep that beard.
don't do that. Yeah. Just buy one of those like crocheted, like face huggies. Like that's like a simulated beard.
Like a simulated beard.
OBP says, hey, Jeff. Obi says, Jeff. Hey, look who it is. We got Joey, the Padawan collector, joining us. What's going on, man? Thanks so much for joining. Saying,
Love
hey,
him.
guys and gals. Good to see you, Joey. Hope you're doing great, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Star Wars Jen saying, hello there, General, and my peeps. What's going on, Jen? Appreciate you joining, man. Joey says, Nilda, and saying hi to Padawan collector. Hey, Star Wars Jensen, sexy flexy. Oh, look at this. Pap the Bounty Collector with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate you.
Wait a minute. How did this happen? We're smarter than this. Apparently not.
Thank
That
you,
goes with
brother.
my shirt.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. So, thank you, cuz. Appreciate you, man. Sexy Flexi says Star Wars Gent. Hey, Star Wars Gent says OBP. Sup, OBP says Star Wars Gent. Tales of the Force says, I got locked in a hotel bathroom in a haunted hotel by a ghost. That was fun. LOL.
Sage.
Yeah.
Sage.
I was gonna say,
All the
I don't know
incense.
about that, bro.
I know
don't
I showed Tiara this video on TikTok. I forgot what restaurant we were at that I had purchased a clock from like what was it, like the 1900s at a garage sale, and I put sage like all over it, and then I spray painted it in black. And I showed her the comments that were on TikTok, and people were just like, oh hell no. They were like,
Yeah.
that's a clock from the 1900s. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of funny, but yeah, no. Rob Zombie Hunter saying, "Hey guys, what's up, Rob? Sub Zombie says, Gent. Hey, Gent said Zombie. Jeff saying, yes, Nilda. Hey, Zombie says OBP. Hey, Obi says Zombie. Hey, a Padawan Collector says OBP. Jeff is saying, everything fixed up here from what you said, other than collecting toys. I don't tell anybody up here about that part. Yeah, but you definitely got the look, brother. Hey, Collector says Zombie. OBP says, apologies for not dropping everyone's links on my iPad and don't know how to do that. Don't worry about it, man. Appreciate you. Um, and we got Zombie saying hi to Jeff. So, like you mentioned, you did get to meet also Anthony Daniels, right? So C-3PO, pretty much all the time, right? I mean, he's like one of the few constants, in terms of casting, all the way back from the very first one, right? So
Yeah.
he's been in every movie, or voiced at least, the character, uh, pretty much, anytime that C-3PO, as we know him, comes out, then he has a part in it. So, um, how was he? I've always I've only met him once, but not like I didn't pay for his stuff, is what I'm trying to say, because he kind of shut down what he was doing at the con and just kind of went off on his own to his hotel. And I'm like, I don't know. And apparently he was doing like autos and stuff like on his own like room.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit weird. So I saw him and stuff, and I saw him talk like on the stage for a little bit, but that was about it. Like I didn't really get to like talk to him. So kind of curious, like how was he?
I mean,
Tara.
so he was walking around, and it'll be in my vlog. Don't I got you, and Nilda got you because she also got some footage of him.
Nice.
But he just like was walking around the con like unnoticed. He was just walking around like the celebrity booths. I don't know if he was just trying to see like who was there from
Who's
Star
there?
Wars maybe or any other celebrities he might know. Um, but then when we went to go get the autograph, he saw my Endor Leia cosplay and he was
Nice.
like, "Look at you!" And he was like, "You look fantastic." And I was like, "My hair was a challenge this morning." And he was like, "Oh, not me." He's like, "I'm just a wash and go type of guy." So like my interaction, it was
Nice.
pretty solid, but
That's
I
funny.
mean, I can only speak for myself. What do you think, Nelda?
So Tiara knows like this was my second time meeting him. I met him at ICC, but when I got to meet him at ICC, it was still like after COVID. So
Hmm.
we had to take our pictures with a plexiglass, but
Yeah.
he made that whole interaction kind of funny. So like before you took the photo, he was looking at you dead straight like this in the glass and like making funny faces. And
Yeah.
as soon as they counted to 5, he would turn around and pose.
Nice.
So like if you see my picture, I'll send it to you guys later. I'm cracking up so hard. Like I have the biggest smile on my face and I really don't smile that much, but he had me cracking up.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like at ICC when I met him, he was just like roaming around the hotel and people were just like, "Holy crap, that's Anthony
Was
Daniels."
that?
Like he was
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Yeah,
randomly showing up.
yeah.
And he did the same thing. Like Friday, Tira and I went there Friday to just like record and
Hmm.
just like to BS and like have fun. And I see a woman that I knew looked familiar. And I was just like, I think that's Anthony Daniels' wife. And then lo and behold, you just see a little hopping Anthony Daniels, hopping behind all the celebrities, takes a photo with Ashley Eckstein, and then walks right by me. And I'm recording the whole entire thing, looks at
Nice.
me, and then walks in there. And I look at the security guard and I was like, I thought he was only going to be here Saturday and Sunday.
Mhm.
And he was like, well, the weather was really bad. And he decided to just randomly show up on a Friday. And a whole bunch of
Nice.
us were like, oh, crap. Like, I left all my plaques in the hotel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I didn't bring them. And I was like, crap, I could have gotten all this done today.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was fun. He was funny. Like I said, he was like hopping around like a little Bambi in the con. At
That's
one
awesome.
Yeah.
point, he like disappeared and was walking into like Michael J. Fox's area, William Shatner's area, and just like roaming around. And not one person said anything to him. Nobody knew that it was Anthony Daniels just roaming
That's
around.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And yeah,
The
you're right.
luxury of a suit actor, where
Yeah.
only the diehard fans really know who you are, and then
Right.
people that aren't familiar with the actual actor, just the character, you're
Yeah, I
incognito.
guess. Yeah. But the thing was, like, the people who knew who he was, like a whole bunch of people, they all said the same thing. They're like, oh, damn, we wish he knew he was here. And like the security all said the same thing. They were just like, he just randomly showed up. They were like, we were not expecting, they were like, we're waiting for somebody to bring like, what is it called? Like a credit card machine
Yeah.
and
Like
like
set him up and
tickets.
stuff.
Yeah, because they were like, he just randomly was like, F it.
Popped in.
Let me just go to the
Yeah.
con and see what's going on.
That's
And
kind
he
of
just
nice.
had this face like, hi, I'm C3PO. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. And just to here illustrate what we were talking about a little while back.
Yes.
So that's the Coven house. That's a beautiful house.
Dude, if I ever win the lottery, I'm buying that
It's
house.
Oh, yeah.
There will
Like
be signs.
dead ass buying that house.
Yeah,
I don't care whoever lives there. I will up the price. I was like,
There you go.
I will buy this house.
Nice.
You can ask
But,
Tiara. This house was beautiful.
I bet. Yeah.
Like this
I mean, just-
picture gives it no justice.
It was really big. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was huge. And then the houses next to it, like
Mhm.
like I said, the area that this place is at, it makes no sense
Oh yeah.
because everything across the street looked terrible. But then
It's a
on the right,
rundown.
yeah, it was the rundown. But then on the right hand side, it was like baby mansion, baby mansion, baby mansion, and then this.
There's like a
Nice.
random convenience store, like a couple of houses down, mud on the
hilarious.
ground, and then this
Mud
like
on the ground
giant, eloquent house. Yeah.
That
with
is
like
crazy.
cones surrounding it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beware.
New Orleans is a very interesting town.
It's very colorful.
Yeah,
So
one trip I went out there,
colorful.
like we stayed in the wrong part of town, and all our Ubers were like, "Oh, you're in the up and coming neighborhood," like the whole entire trip. And then the last night, our Uber driver was like, "Man, you're in Crackhead Central," and we're like, "Oh, I knew it, I knew it. They
So-
lied to us."
So I'll be honest with you. So like Tiara got there first and she Ubered to the hotel. And like I asked her first, like, how much was the Uber? So I was while I was sitting on the plane waiting for us to be able to get out, I was mapping out like, okay, so we're here, this is here, this is here, this is here. I picked a perfect hotel. We were literally in the dead center of
good.
everything. Everything
Nice.
was exactly 12 minutes away from us.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. I said, if we ever go to New Orleans again, we're staying at that hotel. It was just phenomenal. They had great
Yeah.
breakfast. It was
Yeah.
super nice. It was a really nice room. But yeah, while I was sitting on the plane, I was doing the math and I was just like, dude, I have so many points on Expedia from traveling. I'll just get a rental car.
Mm.
So I ended up getting a rental car, and like our first night in New Orleans, like how you said it, Mike, we went and had dinner. And then we were just like, we're wide awake. Let's go and explore the French Quarter. And we somehow ended up in a weird street. And some guy like walked up to us. And I literally thought like I was in the movie Planet of the Apes. A man dressed as a monkey. Like what's the main monkey's name in Planet of the Apes?
Oh my god.
Like the
That's
newer
hilarious.
movies.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. I can't remember
Oh,
the
okay.
character's name, but like literally,
Oh,
a
like
man
Caesar
walked
or
up to
something?
us.
Caesar.
Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah, a man walked up to us looking like Caesar, and I remember I looked at Tiara and I was like, "Holy shit! There's a monkey in front of us!" Like, and I looked at her and I was like, "Wait a second! I'm not even like messed up." And I went like this, and I was like, "Is that a monkey?" And the guy walked up to us, and I was like, something sunk in my stomach, and I was just like, holy crap, this is a monkey. And Tiara goes, are you a monkey? And then he was like, oh, look at my eyes.
Yeah,
And
he was
the
like,
guy
look at my eye contacts.
Yeah, and he
Dang.
had contacts of like a chimp. He was full blown dressed like a human monkey. It was really scary. And he was really nice, don't get me wrong. The one thing that I say that it was creepy, but I also appreciate him saying this. He kind of leaned forward and looked at me and Tiara, and he goes, "You girls be careful out here." He goes,
Like
"If
in
you're
a
roaming-"
low, whispery voice. You girls
Yeah,
be
like
careful
he
out
looked
here.
around. Yeah,
That's
he
what we
looked
like to
around
call foreshadowing.
I was gonna
Yes.
say,
Yeah.
Yes.
And at
I've
first,
seen movies
like,
like that.
yeah, and at first, like, when I text Craig and I told him that I got to New Orleans, like, he sent me $100 and he was like, you girls go have fun and get drunk as all hell. He's like, and FaceTime me later. Because I normally, when I travel alone, Tiara knows this, I send my locations to Craig. Like I guess the iPhone has this new feature where like you can send your direct location and it literally shows like your step by step. So like Craig and I have this thing where like, you know, hey, if you see that I'm not moving after I've texted you like where I'm at, like immediately call the police. That's like our code that we have. So, you know, like walking downtown, I told Tiara, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to drink. I think I want to be sober throughout this whole
Yeah, I
entire
was gonna
trip.
say.
Yeah, and even Mike was like, me and Mike were talking throughout the whole entire trip, and Mike was like, you know, are you girls getting like beignets and alcohol? And I was like, yeah, we're getting beignets, but just no alcohol.
Yeah, if you just had that interaction and you're still, on the sober part of the trip, that should tell you
Yeah.
something.
No, that was day
A little
one.
bit of a red
Like,
flag.
That's
yeah,
what
like,
I'm
that was day
The
one.
first night, like an hour after Nilda had got to the hotel room.
And in my
Approximately.
mind, like I'm on, like when I got to the airport from where I live, I downed like 3 Tito's on the rocks. So I'm on the plane like,
Nice.
yeah, I'm
Let's
ready to
go.
go to Bourbon Street and get drunk. And then we see this monkey man and I'm just like, and I'm ready
I'm
to
good.
be sober for the whole entire weekend.
Exactly.
I was like, I'll have a mimosa in the morning, but yeah, I just want to be sober throughout the whole weekend.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Definitely a town you got to be prepared for. And
Yeah. We saw some
It's different.
random.
Yeah, we
things.
saw some random stuff. We saw giant rats like this big.
Thick.
I saw one like fly, like a spider monkey, thick.
Oh,
I midair fly into a hole, and Tiara's in front of me, and she goes, "What the hell was that?" And I go, "That was a rat." And she goes,
It was
"What the hell?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was a
Vile.
flying rat. That's what they look like here in New Orleans."
thought that was a koala,
Yeah, we
So
saw a
big.
man. We saw a man in a bathrobe,
Just a bathrobe.
just a bathrobe,
Nothing else.
Hey, that's my look.
I was gonna say.
No, but like at least you wear
Trademark that.
clothing underneath. This guy had no clothes. It was just
Yeah,
straight
he was
bathrobe
standing.
Or
and
so you
standing like
think.
this.
There, I was gonna say it's
Just
optional
a
with
cut,
Mike,
yeah.
depending on where we are.
Just a cut
And then
t-shirt.
my
Make it look like it.
favorite one of Friday night, we saw a man physically get into an argument with a lock, trying to open a lock with no pick, no
Nothing.
keys, no nothing, just his bare hands fighting
Yep.
with a lock.
Yeah.
Hey, a man's got to do what a man's got to do sometimes,
Yeah.
Teach that lock some lessons.
Yep.
I will say this, the highlight of Friday night was we went back to the hotel and we got fun snacks, and Tiara was getting into a full-blown argument with a dude on YouTube
Oh my God.
about the mathematical order of Skeleton Crew
Oh snap.
and about the High Republic. And in my mind, Tiara's telling me, I'm getting into an argument with this guy. And I was like, F him. Is he saying some messed up shit? And she's like, yeah, he's arguing me. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, he's criticizing maybe like about her looks or something.
Sure.
Because, that's the most frequent comments we get on social media. And I'm thinking like, I got to go and like defend my bestie. And, I'm going to go on this whatever YouTube
It was
guy.
a civil conversation, okay? I
Yeah.
was just typing really quickly and aggressively. I was like,
she was like this.
stop being a know-it-all.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't have any facts. It's not clearly stated, etc.
That's
And she's
awesome.
next to me, like she's in her bed and I'm in my bed, and she's like, "This guy is wrong." She was like, "If this and this and this and this happened," and I'm just like, "Wait a second, you're telling me that you're getting into an argument with a guy about time frame, the Skeleton Crew, about Republic credits?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I go, "I thought this guy was like making fun of you online." And she's like, "Well, screw him," and just kept going. And in my mind, I'm like, I cannot wait to see what this guy's response is in the morning.
I know, right?
It was so cute.
It was
though.
a
I
very
loved it.
civil conversation. I was just like, I hate when people are like assuming things. So I was like, no, we don't know anything yet. Like, we need to wait until the next episode. This wasn't solidified.
Nice.
So I was just, aggressively typing. It was civil, I swear. You can look on my page.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's awesome. But hey, that's the best kind of argument, right?
Yeah. But you'll see most of the blog was like us eating some like amazing food.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Can't wait.
Food.
So once again, just as a reminder, Bunker Bunch, their links to YouTube, to Instagram is already here on the description of the live stream. So just go ahead, click on those. Make sure you follow, subscribe, comment, watch, all of that good stuff. Galactic Cantina says, I've never met anyone from Star Wars. It's on my bucket list for sure. Wow, really? Nobody?
What?
All right. I mean, we got plenty of cons going on, man. You can pick and choose. Just an FYI, though, Manny Jacinto will not do shirtless pictures. Not yet, anyway.
I don't know. We
Zombie
should have
says,
asked.
dude, yeah, you should have. I'm just saying.
Can I pour this water on you while you take your shirt off, please?
Yeah,
Thank
exactly
you.
right.
Oh,
I mean,
I will
just
say this. I mustered some courage, and Tiara's my witness to this. This is non-Star Wars related. So they had some of the cast members from Twilight there.
Oh, cool.
And Kelly and Lutz was there. And I walked by him and I pointed at him and I was like, "You were my crush back then." And he's like, "What about now?" I was like, "You're still my crush."
Yeah.
And he was like,
Not as good, but still pretty
you.
solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like two celebrities I screamed at. Like Giancarlo Esposito, I screamed at him across the way. We made like eye contact. I was like, "You're the greatest villain of all time." And then he looked at me and I said, "The greatest TV villain of all time." And he's like, "I love you." And I said, "I love you even more."
Nice. That's awesome. He's great. I mean, he's also one of those that just takes, all the time to just interact with fans. He was here back in October for SpaceCon here in San Antonio. And everybody was just talking, volumes about him just because, again, he just takes the time, right, to talk to you.
Yeah.
He looked exhausted though at the end of the day. We went
Sunday?
to talk to him. Yeah, we went to talk to him for something else, and he was kind of already wrapping up. Right, he didn't have a line anymore or anything. Yeah, he looked tired. But
The only thing I told Tiara that I'm like super regretful for was we went to talk to his handler and I was gonna ask to interview him.
Sure,
And she was like, "You got to come back at 6:45." But our panel didn't end until like what time, Tiara?
I don't know, probably 7. Like by the time we got out of there, like wrapped up everything, stopped talking to whoever,
Yeah.
had stopped us in our path or whatever. But yeah.
And it was to a point that I just looked at her and I was just like, "I'm on a high right now." I was like, we had such a great time. I was like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
that's when you did the live to do the giveaway.
Yeah,
and
I
we
did
got
the
money.
live stream to do the giveaway at the hotel.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
by the way, congratulations on 10K
Yeah.
over on
Thanks.
Instagram. Congrats. That's insane. That is super, super crazy. Congrats. Again, guys, if you're not following both Nilda and Tiara, the links are here in the description below. So make sure you check out, make sure you subscribe for their YouTube channels for those blog videos. They're going to be super fun. And also, make sure that you check them out over on Instagram. So before I catch up here with the chat, I do want to take a little bit of time to talk about this because I know that this is important, and I want to make, like I said, just a little bit of space for us to talk about this here. So Nilda, I don't know if you want to lead us into this a little bit. There's yeah, let's make use of the space, and we got some people in here. Let's just put him on notice of what's going on. So yeah, take it away.
Oh God, I'm gonna try not to cry. So yeah, Sunday when I got back from New Orleans, my stepbrother posted something on Facebook, and when I saw the picture, I immediately, like I told Jose, I was just like, "What the F?" And I called my stepbrother, and I was just like, "Dude, like, what the hell are you posting?" And like, I don't like using the word like step. So like, Johnny would be considered as my cousin, even though we're not blood, but it's my stepbrother's cousin. We're the same age. We went to the same school together. And he's diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He has a 6-year-old son. And from what I've been hearing from everybody, it's not looking good. And like with me, like I said to Jose, I've dealt with cancer with my dad dying. And, like the moment I hear anything about cancer, I'm immediately for it. I'm a big advocate when it comes to helping with anybody with cancer. Like Flex is one of our good friends, he battled it, he survived it, and we were all through it with him.
Yep.
And just instantly, like I reached out to Johnny, we talked, and I told him I wanted to do something for him. So I reached out to like a whole bunch of toy collecting friends of mine. And, like as soon as I posted this, a lot of collectible stores that I'm friends with here in Florida, they like hit me up. They said, anything that you need, just come to our store and, we'll help you and we'll donate. So I don't
For
know.
sure.
It's a really shitty situation. And I told myself I wasn't going to get emotional about it, but it is what it is.
Well, it's important to you, and dare I say that means that it's important to us, right? So,
Yep.
Bunker Bunch, it's all fun and games, obviously, but sometimes we do gotta come together as the awesome community that I know we are, right? So let's show up in force. Um, let's support this cause. It's a great cause. Again, very near and dear to many of us. Um, I said it at the beginning here of the stream. Nilda and Tiara, and they're great members of this community. So let's turn up for them. Let's support now that that they're asking for help for not even for themselves, right? It's for a loved one. Again, this is where we shine. This is where we come together. So I do want to talk a little bit. So this is February 1st, right, at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I think you already have a link, if I remember correctly, on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so there's a link on my YouTube channel for the live.
Which actually I'm going to copy here so that everybody has it. Everybody that's here, in the chat right there. So, click on it, set a notification. It's still, a couple weeks away. But like I said, make it, put it on your schedule, get the notification on, remember to join. Let's help out. All right. So let's, like I said, this is where, we can shine. All right. We're a great community here. We all know Nilda, we all love her, and we are all going to support her. All right. So again, if it's important to her, it's important to us. So just keep an eye out for this, guys. Let's help out. As she mentioned, the proceeds for this will go to help out Johnny and his family. My heart breaks because I'm a dad myself. I know Mike is a dad himself. We both got kids around that age, so I I don't even want to think about what the family is going through right now. So let's help out where we can. And again, the auction will happen February 1st, 1 p.m. Eastern. So the link to the YouTube live is already there in the chat. All you got to do is click on it, set a notification, a reminder for yourself. Right, you'll be notified when the live is going to happen. And let's come out. Let's help out. And hey, let's get some collectibles, right? Let's get some toys. Let's get some video games. That's always a plus. So why not, right? It's a great cause. And let's help out a great friend Nilda here. So yeah. So I appreciate y'all. Please check it out. Like I said, the link is there. I'll be leaving it here in the description. Also, head over to Nilda's socials, right? Over on Instagram, over on YouTube. So make sure that you keep this, in your radar. February 1st, again, at 1 p.m. Eastern. Anything else you would like to add, Nilda? Anything else you need, or somebody can help you out with something?
No, just like I said before, like I said, we're gonna be auctioning stuff. I'm so fortunate to have some Star Wars actors who are friends of mine on social media. So a whole bunch of them saw my post, and they're actually gonna be sending me signed signature stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Ariel from AMC Plaques is sending me a whole bunch of plaques signed by celebrities to try to get it signed. And like I said, all this money is going towards Johnny and his family because, like me and him went to school together. We both were in the medical field, and he's the sole provider for his family. And because now he's not able to work and he's starting now his chemo treatments.
Yeah.
It's just going towards him.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's we all know here, guys, or I guess we do have a couple people that are from outside of the states, but here in states, healthcare is very, very expensive. All right,
Yeah.
so especially a treatment like chemotherapy, it definitely racks up the bills, guys. So let's, like I said, let's turn out, let's show some love and support a great cause for what it seems like a great family, of course, as well. So again, just keep it in mind, keep it in your radar. February 1st, let's check it out. Let's put some bids in, man. Let's see what we win. Let's see what we can get. That's awesome. I love that. Um, the Star Wars actors, family is also coming in, to this. So again, it just shows what a great community we can be. So very much looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to the love that's gonna be out there, for sure, supporting this. So again, one final reminder: the link is right there in the chat. All you gotta do is click on it, set a notification for yourself, and you're set for that day. So yeah.
Thanks,
So
guys.
also reach out to Nilda. If you guys got a good idea, if you like to contribute, also reach out to her. Um, her and I were talked about this a little bit, in the background, but I'll be definitely contributing to this too. But yeah, well, I do need to send you some pictures. By the way, I've been meaning to do so, but you guys got a couple of weeks, So again, reach out, and let's show some love. Let's show some support. So they didn't mean that to get on a down note, but again, it is something that's very, very important, and I did want to take here some time to talk about it and give you the opportunity to let everybody know that kind of like this is going on, right? Um, just in case anybody here had not seen the post, uh, now you know, guys. So again, let's turn up in force. We got the biggest, the greatest of Skeleton Crew fans in the house. Archer, man, what's going on, brother? Bro, I saw you brimming, when you were watching that episode, doing that review. I was like, he's got the biggest smile on his face. It was contagious, man. It was contagious. I went back to watch the episode a second time just because of you. JK, he hated it, okay? But Ultra, saying hi to Nerdophilia, say great seeing you, pal. And you Nilda will love if you help her. Yes.
Help her.
So again, guys, let's show some love here. Hey, Archer says zombie. OBP says set an Alexa reminder for that. Oh, hey, there you go. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Zilla says zombie. Hey, nerd says Obi. Ultra saying hi to zombie, and Nerd Affiliate saying hi to Ultra, zombie, and OBP, and an LOL because it's true. It's infectious, brother. But yeah, guys, if you haven't, definitely go check out our good friend here, Archer, over on Nerd Affiliated. I loved it. Oh, I know. I saw a solid 10 out of 5 season finale. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
Was
I
it
said,
a 10 out of 5 because it was the season finale?
yeah, I guess it's like, oh, it's done.
It's
Thank
over.
you. Finally putting me out of my misery.
I loved watching all his rants online.
Me too, dude. I watched it. I watched the one that he posted this morning when he was trying out the camera. Oh my god, dude, I was laughing so bad. LOL, so nerd related, dude. Yeah, it was great. I often miss YouTube notifications, so I set Alexa reminder. Smart. Yeah, guys. Once again, February 1st, right? Don't forget. Let's help out. Excuse me, Johnny's family through Nilda. And again, if you feel like you can contribute, maybe donating something, for it to be auctioned off. If you got an idea of maybe how we can spread the word better, for the auction, go ahead, send a message to Nilda. I guess over on Instagram is probably the easiest, but again, the links for her socials are here in the description here of this live stream. And also, like I said, the link is there in the chat. And yeah, make sure that you follow them on social media. Okay, so Tiara, I need a teaser, man. I need to know when the next blog is. I need my fix. All right, I need my fix of the battle against soggy cereal and dehydration. Where does it lead?
I've been editing today, and I just finished the vlog for this past
Oh,
weekend, so it'll be out tomorrow.
By the way,
yes.
Jose, the fact that she bought that Osmos camera from you, you turned her into a little recording demon.
I was constantly like, "Oh,
And then
Yes.
people at the con were literally like, "What is that?"
What is
And
that?
she's like,
Dude,
"It's
people
a
get curious.
camera." And they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's really cool." And she's like, "Yeah, look, my little camera."
Yes. Good job. Perfect. Perfect. I'm glad it's working out for you.
yeah,
But
great."
yeah. So I can't wait. I'm glad you said tomorrow because I was like, I don't know if I can get to the weekend, without it. I'm just saying. So yeah, guys, once again, make sure that you're checking out Crafting on Ilum here on YouTube, on Instagram. Tiara, again, great cosplayer, great crafts person. I don't know what the term is. Um,
Call him a
Crafter.
crafty.
yeah, exactly, crafter,
Crafty.
craftier. And so yeah, definitely go check it out. Again, her blog is just pure gold. I'm sure tomorrow's is also going to be.
I'm not just saying this because she's like my bestie, but she is the most on point cosplayer ever.
Yeah, dude.
I got to witness this firsthand.
Nice.
So like just to see her, like when I tell you she like when she was dressing up like Leia, she pulled up all the makeup of what Leia looked like and different faces and like how different makeup was. And she was putting on the makeup and then she looks at me and she like literally was like, "Is this on point?" And I'm like
Nice.
looking and I was like, "Yes, you're accurate." And then she's showing me like an Endor Leia. And then she's showing me her costume and I'm just like I'm in awe of her because of how great she did. She is, and like I said, I'm not just saying this because we have a bond, but it's just she is great at cosplaying. And like the fact that she needs, like when she told me how many subscribers she had on YouTube, I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I was like, I'm gonna sit here and harass people. And like I was sending it to people. I was like, go follow.
Nice.
Please subscribe. Because
Absolutely.
I've never seen somebody so dedicated into cosplaying and like looking at how detailed to stuff and like how she went and bought white pants to then dye it to its accurate blue.
I know, yeah.
Then she was like explaining to me how she had to like sew this and do that, and like how the poncho was one size bigger than what she was, and she had to sew it to make it smaller. I was just like, holy crap. I was like, this is my little sister, and I'm so freaking proud of her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't deserve the amount of praise that she gives me. Like, it literally almost brought me to tears every single time throughout the weekend because we'd be like, "I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I love you.
Well, there
Thank
you
you
go.
for bringing me along."
That's awesome, though. That's great. And I'm sure there will be many more cool stories like the ones that you all experienced this past
I
weekend.
think we have like 4 cons together.
There you go. I was just gonna say 2025 is shaping up to be a great con year. Hopefully a little bit less monkeys, in it, but
Yeah.
who knows? There you never know.
I gotta work
But
on
yeah.
my monkey cosplay now.
Yeah,
No,
was
dude,
just
I
gonna
did
say,
find a
man.
monk. I was gonna mess with y'all. I did find a monkey suit on Amazon, and I was like, bro, I think I'm gonna buy this, and I'm gonna wear it either when we're at Rebel Scum or at ICC.
There you go. Love
There's
it.
gonna be one of those nights where we're all gonna go out and get a little drunk, and I'm just gonna walk around in a monkey suit, just like messing with all of you guys.
Those damn dirty apes. So that's awesome. But yeah, so again, guys, if you remember, we do have quite a bit of nice lined up cons that we got going on this year. So I guess the closest one, well, of course, there's Celebration Japan, in April. But I would say ICCC is happening in May. I think we're pretty much all going to that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great time. ICCC is always super fun. But we do have the second instance of Rebel ScumCon here in Texas, and let me tell you, what we've been hearing, it's shaping up to be a great show. Remember, they've already announced a few of their guests, so don't sleep on that con. All right, don't sleep on the tickets. There's still several hotel blocks available on They're sort of like the adjacent right to the event. I want to say it's 4 of them or 5. I forget right now. Again, rebelscomcon. .com. Check their website. Check their Facebook. They're very very active on Facebook. So you do want to make sure that you check them out. They do provide plenty of updates. But again, it's shaping up to be a great show. Especially almost single-handedly, just because Mike and I are going to be there. So I'm just saying that kind of puts it up there. So. But yeah, guys. So if you're thinking about it, I do recommend, if you're kind of like on the fence about it, I do think you might want to check it out this year. It's gonna be pretty fun. And then we're gonna have a second SpaceCon here in town for San Antonio. We don't have dates yet, which I'm a little bit surprised. I'll be honest with you. I think they might switch it up. I don't know that it's gonna be in October. I think they're gonna switch out, the dates a little bit, so that's why they haven't announced it. But it will be a good show. That I can almost guarantee. They're going all out. They really want to establish themselves as like a top sci-fi
I
convention.
mean,
You
year
said
one,
SpaceCon?
SpaceCon, yeah.
Year one, they set the bar super high.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So
Year
if they
one,
want
I
to
was like,
continue this one, they've got to
that's what I was
keep
gonna
on
say. I was like,
going.
where do you go from here? Like, all you got to go up is like Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford. Like, that's it, and if they can pull something like that, my head's off. But it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
I'll be honest with you. So, like, for the longest time, Craig and I were talking about, like, we don't want to live in Florida anymore. Like, we were thinking about, like, moving. And, like, the first place he said was Texas. And as soon as he said that, I was just like, good. I was like, I have 2 friends there. I was like, I go, no matter where we live in Texas, I at least have 2 friends there. I
Yeah.
was like, and I told him, I said, and it's like Florida. There's so many conventions there.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I was like,
Yeah.
if we went to another state, that would be a problem. But like, we went to Texas, I know that I would be fine. Because so far I have 2 close friends there. My bad, 3 with Star Killer.
Yeah.
I
for
was
sure.
like, and then I just know I have a pizzeria to hang out at all the time. But I was like,
Yep.
if I move to Texas, I at least have 2 of my friends there that I can go to
That's awesome.
cons with. And like,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I've said it to Tiara numerous of times. I think like recently, as much as I love Florida and I love the conventions that are always here, they're always like the same circulation of actors.
Right.
And I've enjoyed within the past like year, I've enjoyed now going more to other states
There you go.
and getting to experience their cons
Sure.
as opposed to like enjoying mine. Like, we had a great time at Rebel Scum. We had a great time at IC. We had even more fun at ICC.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we all got to hang out with each other, drink, just talk, and like everybody got to really like know each other. So I don't know.
For sure.
I think I've seen more of like that fun interaction as opposed to like what you see here in Florida. And that's just like my own
I hear you.
personal opinion.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, even within that, I feel that San Antonio is really stepping up their game.
I know.
This last couple of years, probably because I'm here now, so I'm like,
That's
you gotta
definitely
live up to the hype. But no, like seriously, I mean, again, last year with SpaceCon, with superhero Comic Con, with Big Techs, those 3 shows.
big tech. Yep.
Yeah, I honestly put them
The
against
anime
any
circuit
other.
is getting
Yeah,
pretty
the anime
big.
is just blowing up here. Like we do have an event this weekend, Kawakan, right, which is actually a fairly big event. Anyway, without going into too much on it, if you all decide to come down here, you will not be wanting for cons. We got plenty of stuff going on. But yeah, guys, so once again, make sure that you check out ICCC convention. I think most of us here know it, but just in case you don't, that's happening in May. Rebels Comic Con 2 is happening in August, second weekend, I think, of August.
Yeah.
Technically in Frisco, Texas, which is Dallas area. So just for reference, there's still tickets. They're still announcing guests, but it's going to be pretty good. And then, as soon as we know something about SpaceCon, we'll let you guys know. And also, Nostalgicon Houston is happening this year as well, and they're actually bringing some I should say, they already announced some of the voice actors for Clone Wars, such as Ashley and Arnold. So I'm sure there's more because
Oh
that
yeah.
show is like stacked. They bring so many guests. It's kind of nuts. So yeah, especially if you're into like, again, nostalgia, cartoons like Cartoon Network era, like back in the 90s and stuff like that, Nickelodeon, anime, all that stuff, they got you covered. Like it's gonna be a great show. But let me catch up here with the chat one last time before I let you all go, because I could just stay up here. I got I ain't got nothing better to do. Tales of the Force says, I can't wait for Rebels Come. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be super, super fun. D Rob says, more active on Instagram, but Facebook gets the same stuff. The Legacy of Nerd Daniel says, Operation Get Kenobi a panel with Ewan McGregor.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
gonna
if
happen.
Kenobi gets a panel with him, we will see him have a full-blown panic attack
Oh yeah,
live.
for sure.
You will probably cry in
Absolutely.
person.
I'll probably hug him and cry. But
You'll be like, "Hi, my name
I
is
love
General
you."
Kenobi.
Yeah,
I'm here
but
hosting a panel
you're
with
the
you and
real
McGregor."
General Kenobi. Like you're
And
the
then
for
you're gonna
real
look
one.
at him and be like, "Hello there."
Exactly. Yeah. And then like just pass out. But yes, so I said it before, but I'm putting it out there again. It will happen. Okay, it's going to happen. I
Yes, it
will
is.
get a panel with Ewan McGregor. I don't know when, I don't know where, but it's going to happen. All right, just letting
Guys,
y'all know.
start tagging Jose's YouTube channel. And we need to make a cool hashtag called Get Him to Kenobi.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Just do hashtag Get Him to Kenobi, and you gotta tag Ewan McGregor.
There you
And
go.
like we
Appreciate
need to
y'all.
just get a whole bunch of people. Like even we'll make shirts, stickers. I'll put it on a bumper.
There you
Like
go.
we just need to keep tagging Ewan McGregor and just tell him, hey, have you met my friend Kenobi? You got to do it, guys.
You reminded me of How I Met Your Mother. It's like, have you met Ted? Like,
Yeah. This is a wide range of bunker bunches. Come
Yeah,
on, bunker
absolutely.
bunch, make it happen.
So,
Anybody who's
our-
going to Japan, make it happen.
yeah, right. Absolutely, absolutely. Archer saying, no matter when or where, I'm flying to that panel. Appreciate you,
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
For
Just so
sure.
you can say that you loved it, like you loved Skeleton Crew. I'm gonna pass on that one.
Dude, he said the best thing ever to me this morning. Hold on. I got to pull this up.
Nice.
What is
Daniel
it?
says Texas is big. You can drive 12 hours in any direction and still be in Texas. Yeah,
Yep.
that's actually
Very
not
true.
even an exaggeration.
So this
I
is
just
what
did that.
Archer said. He said, Jude Law just walked in, wrecked everything with one ship and what lightsaber without fighting. I'm telling you, I read that and I could not stop laughing so hard.
Yeah, he kind of did tear it up though. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely some of the highlights of the last episode. If you haven't seen it, guys, again, go watch it. It's got some pretty good scenes. It's got some very pretty, very well put together scenes, and some of them obviously with Jude Law, right, and his lightsaber, which I kind of enjoyed. We haven't seen much of what he was doing there. I'm trying to be cryptic because I don't want to spoil it, but it's visually it's very nice.
The sound
Unless you're
effects
Archer.
too
The
were
what?
really good.
Oh, yeah.
The sound effects
Yeah.
that went
Yeah.
along with the visuals that we got were really good. I enjoyed
Agreed.
it.
Oh, absolutely. And then I'm not gonna lie, that pirate theme
Mhm.
song, like it's
Mhm.
kind of grown on me. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of nice. All right, Galactic Cantina saying I'm gonna head out and get some sleep. May the force be with y'all. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being here. See you, Cantina. D-Rob says Frisco is the super bougie part of North Texas, so it'll be an even better time than last year. I don't know that I've been to Frisco now that I think about it, but hey, I'm glad you told me. I gotta get my bougie on. So yeah, guys, we appreciate each and every single one of you joining us here. This was an amazing episode. Thank you to our incredible guests, Nilda from Appetite for Collectibles, Crafting on Ilum, Tiara. Both of them doing great things. Again, individually, as the super twins as well. So congrats on that. Many more successes to come. Cannot wait for all of us to hang out, in person. Um,
Should we get a T-shirt that says that, Tiara?
I'm just saying.
Should we dress up like twins?
Yeah. Yeah.
Done deal. There you go.
Rebel
See,
Scum
because
Con. That's the next
y'all
one.
actually make stuff, so y'all can pull
I'm
it off.
down. Since she's the Inquisitor, she's
Oh yeah,
the sister. I'm down to be an Inquisitor. I do have the mask.
perfect.
Yeah. Yes. No. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I was gonna say Ahsoka and that one because of that one episode, but yes.
Done
I can
deal.
make it a female version of it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh snap.
Yes.
I was gonna say, that's what happens here in the bunker. We make magic happen. So
And
look
Nerd
forward to that.
Squadron has the male version of it too.
Yeah, he does.
If we
Yeah.
pull up to Rebel Scum Con, all three of us like that.
Inquisitors. Oh yeah, he's been trying to get me to fly over to the desert to go take desert photos in our
That would be
Inquisitor suits.
sick.
I told him I'm so down. I will fly to
Yes.
Vegas for one day to go hang out in the desert in the sand,
Yeah,
dress up like an Inquisitor.
absolutely. Just I do want to tell you though that you gotta remember to stay hydrated. All right. So so Archer says, no joke though, I love the Kenobi show. So if everything Disney, it's the only thing that I want a second season of. Nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Great stream, says Archer. Appreciate you, brother. See you, everyone, says Rob. Thank you, man. More of these streams, please. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Again, go check out Tiara and Nilda. Links in the description. Also, very quickly, before I forget, go check us out, too. Instagram, go check out the Dad Vader. Mike, seriously, guys, I'm not just because, he's my partner in crime, but, it's one of the funniest stuff I see pretty much all day on Instagram. So make sure that you are following him. We are also under General Kenobi's Bunker on Instagram, Facebook, General Kenobi's Bunker, all one word. We are also on Threads because we're young, we're hip like that. General.kenobis.bunker. And for now, you don't have to laugh that hard. That was uncalled for. That was completely uncalled for.
Because you sounded like a typical dad. Yeah, we're on Threads because we're young.
Yeah, exactly. I am a dad.
It's such a typical dad joke.
That's where I live. So at least for the next 4 days or something, we're still on TikTok at General_Kenobis_bunker. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know, it's gonna be interesting when the date rolls around and they're like, hey, turn it off, and they're like, nah. Exactly. And then they're like, all right, well, we can't.
Has anybody jumped on the red note?
I haven't, but I did see that they got a major update, and I think they put a bunch of stuff on English now, so they're catching on. They're like,
they figured it, yeah.
I don't know. My IT guy at my company was telling me that it's like a big no. Like they overseas, it's a higher risk of people stealing your identity. So I don't know.
I've already got like 12 people using my identity, so I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of trust my IT guy at my job, so I don't know yet.
Sexy Flexly saying night, y'all. Get some rest, brother. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck to Factotum. Amazing stream. Take care. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. Tales of the Force. Bye, everyone. Great seeing Nilda and Tiara. Thank you for joining Tales of the Force. Really appreciate it, man. Can't wait to hang out again, by the way. Okay, so with that, we are going to end the stream. Once again, thank you so much to our amazing guest. Check him out. Great, and funny things to come. So make sure that you are subscribed, that you are following, all of that good stuff. So thanks again. Have a great rest of your week. Have an amazing weekend. Go watch Skeleton Crew. And then right after, go watch Archer's reaction of Skeleton Crew. Pure gold. All right, Bunker Bunch. Love y'all. Take care. Be nice to one another. We'll see you later.
Bye.